Hey everybody, and welcome back to Misfit Corner Scams. It's the artist known as Andrew speaking, and it's time for a bonus video. This is actually a clip from the live stream that we did on March 8th, in which we were talking about the commenters who warn that you should never say yes to a scammer because they're going to record you saying yes, and then they're going to use that against you and scam you. Well, I had asked for somebody to provide me with some type of an examples of a news article or anything that talks about this, and they did. They provided a link that talked about a article at Experian.com, and I dig into it, and we dig into it as a group, and it's pretty hilarious. But check it out. This is kind of a little bonus bit information for you. But don't say yes. Is it a real scam possibility or an urban legend? I almost forgot to mention, if you are interested in joining our live stream, we talk Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Talk about what's going on with scam calls and just anything else that pops into our little crazy heads that we want to talk about. So join us, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here at Misfit Corner Scams. All right, so I want to describe something to you guys. I get comments from time to time where people are warning people not to say yes on the phone. And the warning is, don't say yes because they're going to record it and they're going to use it to scam you later or some type of, and I always try to make a comment, say, I've heard this many times. Thank you for your comment. But do you have an example of when this has actually happened? I've never seen a news report or a media report about it. I've only heard people claiming it. And I kind of push it back and think that this is like one of those, I'm not sure what the actual name is, but it's where somebody creates a fake story and they put it out into the world to try to see how many people will actually believe it and pass it on. One of the most successful ones that everybody is aware of is the don't use your cell phone at a gas pump.
Right.
Because the static electricity can cause an explosion.
No.
There has been no recorded incidents of that ever happening, but people made it up, they passed it along, and people adopted it as truth. And now there are warning signs on every gas station in the U.S. saying don't use your cell phone near a gas station. I attribute this don't say yes on the phone to one of those.
It's a folklore.
Actually, the term that we were looking for was urban legend. That was it.
Now, the yes thing, I will never say yes to them calling me back, even though I'm on the do not call list.
Right.
You know, transfer me to your supervisor? Oh, please do. Go ahead. Thank you. But
well, the idea that the idea that the commenters are saying is that scammers will record you saying yes and then use it as confirmation for placing an order in your name or whatever. And the whole idea of that is completely BS to me. So what I tell people when they make a comment is, if you know of a story, a media story or an article about it, share it with me. Somebody responded and said they had 3 examples of where they had read it on sites, and I'm like, please share them with me. And for some reason they couldn't share a link, which was fine. They gave me the information, and I started with the very first one, and it was an article on Experian.com, one of the credit bureau agencies, about the Say Yes scam. And I'm like, please let me see it. I want to read it, and I want to share it with you tonight because it's so full of crap what this is. Okay, so let me share it real quick, like show you what I mean by it's so full of crap.
Kind of like a PowerPoint presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, very much so. Okay. Now, once again, this is Experian.com, which is one of the 3 major credit bureaus, and that plays a very important part of this story in the end of this article, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so it starts off by saying you've got a guy, John Egan, wrote this back in April of 2024. The question that was asked is, what is the Say Yes scam? And the quick answer is, in a Say Yes scam, a caller poses a simple question in hopes of prompting you to respond with the words yes. This one-word answer then can lead to more calls from the scammers and even credit or debit card fraud. In my mind, how the hell does saying yes? Okay, never mind. Answering your phone leads to more scam calls. Saying hello leads to more scam calls, not
Right.
just saying yes. The whole point of what the commenters are saying is don't say yes. And this is an article talking about why you shouldn't say yes. Okay. In this article, you can get scammers to say yes on the phone. Uh, when you protect yourself against scam calls, what you do if you identify a stolen, blah, 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 blah. Here's the very first line in this article. Media reports and social media posts increasingly warn of a scheme you may not be familiar with, the Say Yes scam. Stop right now. You cannot write an article like this and say media reports or social media without citing any sources. There are no sources in this article whatsoever. They just say media and social media. And everybody out there knows how reliable social media posts are.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And media reports, that's the easiest one. Why is there not a link to even one media report here?
Yep.
Because I don't think they exist. And I'm going to continue doing some more research on this. But let's go through this real quick. So what is the Say Yes scam? A caller poses a simple question in hopes of prompting you to respond with the word yes. If you answer, it can lead to more calls from scammers or even credit or debit card fraud, which we all know doesn't matter what you say. Answering your phone leads to these things. Okay? Can you get scammed by saying yes on a phone? It may be hard to believe, but you can get scammed by responding with the word yes to a question that the caller asks. And here's how this scam might work. Might work, as in nobody knows for sure. We're just going to throw it out there. A say yes call might originate from an unknown number that appears to be from a local area code, which we've all gotten before. The scammer typically pretends to be a representative of a legitimate financial institution, government agency, or another organization, which we've gotten those calls all the time. The scammers might start off by saying, "Can you hear me?" or "Are you the homeowner?" Their goal to get you to utter the word yes, which would be an unusual response which would be a usual response. Wait a minute. Which wouldn't be an unusual response to those questions. It's a really bad way of wording that, but you get what I'm saying. The caller then might say something along the lines of, "I'm having trouble with my headset," or "I'll call you right back." The person on the other end of the phone may not be an actual person, though. Instead, it might be, they keep using might in this article, which is really bad to begin with, you know? It's all theories. It's all objection and objecture and so forth. So it might be a robocaller recording your yes answer, which then might be used to confirm authorization of a major purchase on your credit or debit card. How the hell is your credit card going to use an authorization from you just saying yes? There's got to be more to it. You've got to at least say your name. You know, it's just insane, the thought of what they're doing here. Then, of course, there are links in here. They do have 3 links: a credit card scam or debit card scam, and then the next one is a phone scam, and the next one is They're all links to articles on Experian.com talking about different kinds of scams. Just so you know, there are links here, but none of them are to media reports. In a credit card or debit card scam, a fraudster might already have your credit card number, which bullcrap. I don't know. I don't think that has ever happened to anybody out there where they already have your number. Once you've obtained your yes answer, the fraudster might sign up for a product or services and use the recorded answer to verify the purchase. I seriously doubt that has ever happened either. You have got to be really, really gullible to have given them your credit card number and then give them this info. I just don't see it happening. Now, I'm sure it probably can happen, but I don't know any credit card company that would do anything like what this is implying by simply having somebody say yes.
Right.
You know, there's just got to be more to it than simply saying yes. You know what I mean? But the whole gist of this entire article is don't say yes. Don't say the word yes. The recording yes answer also might be to confirm your phone number is legitimate, giving away a future phone scams. Just simply answering your phone opens you up to more phone scams. In another scenario, a caller may call, is this your name? Or some other question that would cause you to say yes. Once you've answered yes, the scammer might extend the call to steal your personal information or record more of your voice. Okay. That is something I could probably see happening, but the answering yes isn't the catalyst for beginning a scam, you know? But they imply the whole idea of just saying yes is stupid. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. That's more common than yes, you know?
That opens the door.
That's right. Once they know there is a person on the other line of this phone number, that is what opens you up to more scam calls. You know, not the words yes, you know. Here are 6 ways to protect yourself against scam phone calls. Resist answering phone numbers you don't recognize the calling number. Sure. Block unknown numbers. Sure, but that's not going to help because you know they spoof a new number every single time. If a caller asks a question that normally would lead to a yes answer, provide a different answer, such as, I can hear you, or this is she, and end the call right away. Better yet, simply hang up without saying a word. This still goes back to yes is the only thing they're looking for. It's not. It's just anybody on the phone is what they're looking for.
Yep.
Saying, I can hear you, or this is she, confirms the number's valid. They'll sell it to another scam call center. It's going to happen.
And we know they sell our numbers.
Oh,
we know they sell our numbers because they call asking for our characters.
Yep. Absolutely 100% true. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't provide personal or financial information to someone you don't know. Well, that's a duh.
What?
Pay attention to the red flags. For instance, does this be suspicious if you receive an unexpected call from a business or government agency, and in the case, if the caller is posing as a representative of a business, government agency, or other organization, reach out to that organization through a verified phone number. You notice the one thing they didn't mention in this how to identify a scam call? If the person has a foreign accent.
What are you talking about? I do not know what you're doing. I'm calling from the Medicare.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Not every single person with a foreign accent is a scammer, right? But every single scammer has a foreign accent.
No. Yeah. Not the AI. You're right. The AI doesn't have a. That's how they get you.
Well, but you can identify the AI, the robocalls. No, you know right those away. Are robocalls. You know it almost immediately, yeah. Especially when they ask you a question, you answer in an obscure way, and it just keeps going. You know it's a robocall.
Like the one we called last week with AT&T when you said something, and I said peanut butter and tuna fish sandwich, and they connected us anyway.
I think I said
Alice White. Oh, Alice White.
Yep.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello. Hello, Alice. You know it's her.
I think one of my responses was big boobed redheads, and it's still put you through. What to do if your identity is stolen in a phone scam? If you believe you're a victim of identity theft as a result of saying yes scam or any other phone scam, immediately notify your financial institution or credit card issuer. Contact each of the 3 major credit reporting agencies, Experian, of course, I got to throw them in here.
Yeah.
TransUnion, Equifax. If you have the right to ask them for a credit freeze, have restricted access to your credit report, freeze your credit account, no cost to you. Change passwords for your online accounts, such as your bank and credit card. Should also include social media there too. And file a report with the Federal Trade Commission or your local police department. Yes, let them know that you got tricked. How to stop unwanted phone calls. This is interesting. Fortunately, you can take steps to stop unwanted phone calls. They include sign up for the free National Do Not Call Registry.
No, doesn't work. This
limits the type of organizations that can call you. Specifically, the registry is aimed at blocking calls from telemarketers.
No.
Now, the part of that comment that they should have included is this limits the types of legitimate organizations that may call you, and it'll block calls from legitimate telemarketers.
In the
This is
US.
In the United States.
This is not going to stop a scam call ever.
Nope.
Ever. This doesn't stop any scam calls. It almost guarantees that a call you get where they're trying to sell you something is a scam call. Says, find out whether your phone services provider or phone manufacturer offers apps or offers technology to block suspected scam calls. I know there is some out there. I do not personally use them because I like talking to scammers. So I don't try to block my numbers at all. I don't try to block scammers. I want them to call me. And so I'm sure there are apps out there. I don't have any recommendations. I'm sure somebody can leave a recommendation in the comments if you have one that works. But yeah, be careful with caller IDs. Scammers can make legitimate looking phone numbers pop up on your caller ID.
What?
Heaven forbid. You didn't know that, did you? Now you know. All right, here's the funny part. The bottom line. The Say Yes scam is just one of many scams that fraudsters have cooked up. To prevent being lured into a Say Yes scam, don't answer calls from phone numbers that you don't recognize, and don't give out personal or financial information to someone you don't know. And in case your identity ends up being stolen in a Say Yes scam, consider signing up for Equifax's free credit monitoring service.
Great article.
This whole thing was an advertisement for Experian's credit monitor.
Lots of ads poses articles these days.
I know, but this is what the commenter, one of the three sources. I have to still check out the other two, but this was one of the three that the person cited as, I heard this is valid. I heard this whole say yes, don't say yes thing is a real thing. And this was an article that they used to, and I responded back to him, said, I read the article and it's complete BS. but I appreciate them at least giving me information for me to follow up on and that I could share with you guys. But every single person in this chat who has listened to any of our calls knows how stupid this article was. You know? Hey everybody, and thanks a lot for checking out the video. If you like the content, click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notification. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down, either way, and we'll catch you all next time.